A couple months ago, I was browsing around on my anime list. I had just run out of manga to read and needed to find something to fill in the gaps for when more chapters of manga like Nagatoro and Useless Ponko get translated. Eventually, I came across a certain manga with artwork on the cover that really stood out compared to everything else. That manga is Taishou Maiden Fairytale, a manga that I've never heard of and yet is now what I consider to be one of my favorite manga of all time. And today I want to tell you why I think you should read Taishou Maiden Fairytale.
SmellyPururin.
Published from July of 2015 to September of 2017, Taishou Maiden Fairytale is a story set in the Taisho era Japan, as the title suggests. For some context, in case you don't know, the Taisho period was a time between 1912 and 1926. Yeah, it didn't last very long. Our main character, Tamahiko Shima, is the youngest son of the powerful Shima family, who are considered by many to be a very evil group who control the will of people with money. We start our story learning of an unfortunate accident which left Tamahiko with a disabled arm and his mother losing her life. Soon after, his father, the head of the Shima family, sends Tamahiko off to the family's vacation mansion in a small village in Chiba. While Tamahiko is living in solitude, we learn his father banished him there because he was no longer of any use to the Shima family, which has left Tamahiko in a state of depression. One fateful day, a shorter girl comes to the vacation mansion. As it turns out, Tamahiko's father had purchased this girl with the purpose of taking care of Tamahiko, and for her to eventually become his wife. This girl, Yuzuki Tachibana, is our other main character. And oh boy, is she poofy. Taishou Maiden Fairytale is predominantly a romance slice-of-life story focusing on a growing relationship of Yuzuki and Tamahiko, as well as Tamahiko's rehabilitation, with Yuzuki being a big proponent of the rehab. However, there is more to that. Other characters are introduced, which further serve to shape the relationship and rehabilitation of Tamahiko. I don't want to get too much into detail about these other characters as I don't want to spoil anything about this gem of a manga. However, I will say this. Taishou Maiden Fairytale is one hell of an emotional roller coaster. This manga will truly make you feel happy, sad, angry, and even depressed. And considering how cold, dense, and tired I can be when it comes to emotions and feelings, and yet the story, writing, and the art managed to make me feel something, which is really rare for any form of media and entertainment I take in. If Taishou Maiden Fairytale can do that to me, then I can say for certain that it will be a good read for you too. Alright, I'm gonna make a tangent really quick. I love the artwork in this manga. Sana Kirioka, the writer and artist behind this work, really got it right here. The art isn't overly flashy nor detailed, and yet the substance given really helps convey the emotions and feelings of the dialogue to a T. Another bit I love about Taishou Maiden Fairytale is how the author, Sana Kirioka, dedicates time to teach the reader about the many ways and customs that were present during the Taisho era. These little moments really help with the immersion of the setting, and it's something I can appreciate from both a plot point of view, but also an educational standpoint. Anyways, if you want to give Taishou Maiden Fairytale a read, your best option right now is to track down the Sea Otter translations of this manga. For the most part, they've done a fantastic job bringing this manga to an English audience, with only a few grammatical errors here and there, but it's nothing that will ruin the experience reading this manga. The only official release of Taishou Maiden Fairytale has been made from Jump SQ, and it has never seen an official translation yet. Please, for the love of God, can we have a full North American release of this manga? I'll gladly pay as many of my worthless Canadian dollars that I can afford for the entire paperback set. Taishou Maiden Fairytale spans 42 chapters, some of which are in-between chapters, for a total of 5 volumes. Some chapters are longer than others, but there is plenty to read. There is also a sequel/successor to this manga titled Showa Maiden Fairytale, which is still ongoing if you feel you're in the need for more after finishing this manga. As a manga, Taishou Maiden Fairytale is something I'm very confident in giving a perfect 10 out of 10 to. Yes, there are some parts that are a bit weaker in substance than others, but overall, it still makes for a very enjoyable read. I actually enjoyed this manga so much I had a hard time putting it down. In an era of anime and manga that all tend to have the same recycled story elements, it's very refreshing to read a slice-of-life romance manga that presents a unique twist of taking place nearly 100 years ago, while also not following the general norms of said genres. And for that, I truly respect Sana Kirioka's work, care, and attention to detail with Taishou Maiden Fairytale. This manga made me take a deep look into the last relationship I was in with rose-colored glasses. Seeing our main character interact and share deep emotional moments struck something deep within me. It's a feeling that's hard for me to describe, as I'm not good at putting my feelings into words, but it felt warm. Happy, really. These moments in the story made me think back to all the happy emotions I've shared with my now ex. It made me realize a few things. If there's anything that I've learned with my time reading Taishou Maiden Fairytale, it's that it's better to forgive than look back in anger and sadness, and to always cherish the joys that came with the experiences you've shared. Anyways, for that bit alone, but also much more, is the reason why I think you should read Taishou Maiden Fairytale. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out a lot, and I'm forever grateful if you decide to. I also stream over on Twitch if watching stuff like that is your thing. Links for everything, including this manga, can be found in the description below. And until next time, peace out.